In tonight's Crime Watch, a string of concerned citizens in Pueblo took to Facebook, voicing their concerns about the fact that on a lot of occasions, nonviolent criminals are not going to jail right now. News 5's Natalie Chuck live outside the Pueblo County Jail with more of the reasoning behind this. Natalie.
Hey there, Elizabeth. Well, the sheriff's office tells me that this jail behind me right now is at 93% capacity, and they say it's still a hotspot for the coronavirus. But despite assumptions that the only reason criminals aren't being locked up is for fear of the virus spreading, they say it's actually a problem that's been going on since before the pandemic. If your car gets stolen in Pueblo, odds are no one is going to jail for it.
My friend's like, well, they're not arresting anybody who's nonviolent criminals. So like, what?
That's the conversation that prompted Michael Coffey to call the sheriff's department and speak with the deputy.
He just reiterated that it is because of the coronavirus. Not necessarily that it's the DA's fault or the sheriff's fault, but they had made a decision not to let people into the jail who are nonviolent offenders because there's such a high rate of coronavirus.
But beyond the concerns of COVID-19, the sheriff's department says putting anyone behind bars is really out of their control.
It's kind of a misinformation that the sheriff has any kind of power whatsoever to decide who comes to jail and who doesn't come to jail. We have to interpret what the courts are saying, and we have to do what the law says.
And according to them, right now the law says that any sort of crime against property where no one is harmed will only get the criminal a court summon for the time being.
It's not just us that feel helpless, it's the police and the sheriff's deputies that feel helpless because they're trying to, uphold the rules and they can't.
All of these things are going to be coming to an end when the courts say that they come to an end, or when legislatures change the law and we enforce something differently.
But it is evident that the community in Pueblo,
we as citizens, we should have different options at that point,
is desperate for a change. The sheriff's department did say they believe that as the pandemic continues to slow down, they think some of the rules and regulations from the higher-ups will change. However, they wanted to reassure everybody in Pueblo that criminals will be held accountable eventually. Always watching out for you, Pueblo. Natalie Chuck, News 5.
Natalie, thank you.